Just so you know, there could be an intense spoiler or two in this video, and now you've been warned. Regé-Jean Page will star in Amazon's Butch and Sundance series. Here's everything we know. After that, we've been given a first look at some shoes and outfits for Just Like That Season 2. Will there be a Grey's Anatomy without the grey? And much more. Strap in, no time to lose. Let's get to it. First up, Regé-Jean Page will star in Amazon's Butch and Sundance series. Here's everything we know. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid are in the works, and Regé-Jean Page is set to lead the yet unnamed series alongside Glen Powell. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were two real-life American Old West outlaws who were most famously portrayed on screen by Paul Newman and Robert Redford in the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which came out back in 1969. This movie is considered a solid classic and is ranked as one of the greatest American films ever made by the American Film Institute. And now, Amazon is looking to make its own version of the legendary real-life characters, with Page rumored to portray Cassidy and Powell as the Sundance Kid, though this has yet to be confirmed as exact details, including plot details, are still being kept under tight wraps. The untitled series will be executive produced by the Russo brothers under their AGBO production banner. Kaz and Ryan Firpo are set to enter the writing room, but it seems like deals have not yet closed, with discussions still ongoing. Both Page and Powell are also going to serve as executive producers, in addition to starring in the upcoming series. Page became a global sensation thanks to his breakout role in the first season of Netflix's Bridgerton, while Powell was most recently seen in the blockbuster sequel Top Gun Maverick. Following, costume designers share first look of outfits and shoes of Season 2 of And Just Like That. The costume designers behind HBO Max's And Just Like That, Molly Rogers and Danny Santiago, have shared some behind-the-scenes images of the outfits and shoes that they have prepared for Season 2. And Just Like That follows the iconic New Yorkers from Sex and the City, Carrie Bradshaw, Charlotte York Goldenblatt, and Miranda Hobbs, portrayed by Sarah Jessica Parker, Kristen Davis, and Cynthia Nixon respectively. Rogers and Santiago teased first-hand looks of the trio, including Parker in fabulous Dior heels. In order to craft the style for And Just Like That, the costume department decided to use high-end classics from the original Sex and the City, like Chanel and Dior, while also incorporating new designs from around the globe and social media. But it's not just the ladies who were shown off in the sneak peek. Showrunner Michael Patrick King shared some of the difficult decisions that had to be made earlier in 2022 about having to hide pivotal plot points from the paparazzi and fans from the first season, which was especially important when it came to keeping it a secret that Chris Noth, who portrays the husband of Carrie, Mr. Big, was going to die in the very first episode of the season. This way, they've taken the scoop out of the hands of the paparazzi. And now, Grey's Anatomy without Meredith Grey? The 19th season of Grey's Anatomy has just kicked off on ABC, and as usual, Ellen Pompeo's Meredith Grey was front and center in the first episode of the season, just like she's been in the previous 18 seasons of the widely popular series, which made its debut in March of 2005. Back then, Meredith was still a green intern, but these days, Dr. Meredith Grey is the chief of surgery at Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. This season, she's been charged with rebuilding the surgical intern program, which was dismantled in Grey's Anatomy Season 18 after a patient died. But things are about to change in even bigger ways than we could have imagined. Pompeo is taking a step back from the series, only set to appear in 8 episodes this season, though all the episodes will still enjoy the voiceover of Meredith. According to Krista Vernoff, Grey's Anatomy's showrunner, Pompeo has a lot on her plate right now as she's spreading her wings and venturing into the world of being a producer, while still continuing to be an actress as well. The trade-off will be that the new season comes with a whole set of new characters, who will all be new series regulars. The hope is that it will bring loyal fans back to the early days, when the stakes were just as high as the hormones. Do you think Grey's Anatomy will be the same when there's less of the grey? Stop right there. What do you think "and much more" means? Well, it means we've been given a first look of Italy's DeCenzo brothers Dostoevsky. Season 2 of Firefly is going to be its last, and HBO Max responds to the dark scene in the 7th episode of House of the Dragon. Keep watching until the end of the video to find out more. First up, the first look of Italy's DeCenzo brothers Dostoevsky. The Italian twin directors, Damiano and Fabio Vincenzo, have started rolling on their upcoming series Dostoevsky in Rome, a rather eclectic detective drama revolving around a policeman with a troubled past. The project is an in-house Sky Studios production and will star Filippo Timmi as Enzo Vitello, a sharp detective who winds up on the blood trail of a ruthless serial killer who has been named Dostoevsky because of the horrible letters filled with gruesome details that he leaves at his crime scenes. The policeman, haunted by the words, sets out on a dangerous solo investigation, with each step getting closer to a disturbing existential truth. To announce the upcoming project, the DiNocenzo brothers put out a typically colorful director's statement, both of whom are also published poets, in which they describe Dostoevsky as the story of a man, a police officer, a ghost, a winter, a daughter, a friend, the end of a friend, a river, an assassin, a glistening fish, a broken hand, an abandoned daughter. Well, you get the picture. Shooting on the show will continue in and around Rome throughout the winter, but no release date has yet been given. Following, Season 2 of Firefly Lane will be its last. We have very sad news to convey. Firefly Lane is coming to an end after only 2 seasons. The Netflix series, starring Sarah Chalke and Katherine Heigl, will have one more season before they call it quits. Firefly Lane premiered in February of 2021 and follows the stories of Tully Hart, portrayed by Heigl, and Kate Malarkey, portrayed by Chalke, who were childhood best friends. Kate is going through a divorce from soon-to-be ex-husband Johnny Ryan, portrayed by Ben Lawson, who also happens to be Tully's producer, because Tully is a very popular talk show host. In the finale of Firefly Lane's first season, Tully and Kate aren't speaking, but the reason for the dramatic rift is never revealed. On top of that, Johnny got caught in a major explosion in Iraq after becoming a war reporter. Back in March of 2021, Chalke told Variety that she loved the authentic and flawed relationship between Tully and Kate, which is much more realistic than most other series would like to make us believe. But despite that, they managed to overcome huge things. Well, except for this one thing. But even the actresses themselves claim to have no idea what had happened between the two childhood friends. Hopefully we'll get some answers before the end. Firefly Lane's Season 2 will be split into 2, with the first part premiering on the 2nd of December 2022, and the second part dropping in 2023. And now HBO Max says the dark House of the Dragon scenes were intentional creative decisions. If you had a feeling of deja vu while watching the 7th episode of HBO Max's Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon, you're not the only one. Many fans turned to social media in a rage after several scenes in the episode were so dark that a lot of people accused the show of making them watch a black screen that had nothing else to offer. Game of Thrones got a similar reaction during its final season, especially after the badly lit battle episode, The Long Night. Funnily enough, both episodes were directed by Emmy winner Miguel Sapochnik, though HBO claims that less than 1% of the social media posts relating to the 7th episode of House of the Dragon were about the supposed lighting issues. They did find it necessary to make their intentions clear, after one fan wrote that they needed to issue a written apology for literally a whole episode of black screen, which is exactly why many others echoed that the episode was simply unwatchable. The dimmed lighting of this scene was an intentional creative decision, HBO's reply was. Joanna Robinson, the ringer, writer, and podcaster, did try to warn fans ahead of the episode by telling fans to adjust the brightness of their screens and watch it in a darkened environment, but not everyone got the memo, it seems. Do you agree with HBO Max and consider the choice to be adding value, or is this just a cheap cop-out? And that's it for now. Are you excited to see the upcoming Butch and Sundance series? Let us know in the comments what you're expecting. Thanks for watching.